Welcome to my review of John Wick Hex for Nintendo Switch. John Wick Hex is an action strategy video game based on the John Wick franchise. Does it live up to its hype? Let's find out. The story is a prequel to the first John Wick movie and takes place in an unknown location where Winston and Karen have been held hostage by a villain named Hex. The story narration describes what John Wick would do and what path he will take to reach his destination. Actors Ian McShane and Lance Reddick reprised their roles from the movie, while Troy Baker voices as the villain named Hex. Too bad Keanu didn't lend his voice in this game. It would have been cool though, his talent fee is probably too high.
Your demeanor, that this was not the end of Mr. Wick's search.
Oh no. He'd barely begun.
Why on earth did you bring us here, Hex? It has been wonderful catching up, I must say, but there are other matters we could both be attending to.
When it comes to gameplay, this game might come as a surprise to you because whenever you hear the name John Wick, you would imagine something fast-paced, quick movements, and quick kills. But it is pretty much the opposite. Technically, everything here is turn-based and you plan your attacks in a given timeline on a hex grid floor. And every action you execute has an equivalent time frame, and the enemies react simultaneously to your actions, and each character on the map has a line of sight where the fog of war clears only up to the range of each character's line of sight. Let's say you want John to move in this direction. These steps will cost you a certain time frame measured in seconds, which is displayed on this top bar right here. Every action has a time equivalent. Strategy will commence once your line of sight spots an enemy or if an enemy spots you. You have to carefully plan every move. Will you take a shot? Is your shot accurate enough to take down an enemy in one move? Or will your enemies take a shot at you first? You can see the enemy's timeline as well, below your timeline. There are so many choices. Will you take a cover instead? Will you crouch and do a roll towards the enemy or roll away to take a cover? Will you sneak up on the enemy from behind and do a melee attack? Or shoot him instead and risk of attracting nearby enemies to your location? Heck, you can even throw your handgun at the enemy and stun him a bit. And walk towards him, do a takedown. Desperate times needs desperate measures. You can do a dodge or crouch and do a roll. Each of these evasive actions consumes focus points, which you can recharge at any given time. After clearing each level, you have the option of viewing your replay. This is the best part. You get to view everything you have done into one action sequence. It's like watching a highlight reel of your very own action movie that you directed and choreographed. This is where the replay value comes to play. You want to keep on improving your gameplay to get the most efficient method possible in clearing a stage and executing your enemies. And watching your replay of your flawless execution is the most rewarding feeling you will get in this game. As you progress, the experience is pretty much the same throughout the game. There are 7 different locations and each of the location has multiple scenarios to be cleared. There are also boss fights on each of the location and it will require a different strategy, but that's for you to find out. My only gripe with this game is that the character models are just repetitive and the missions, the scenarios, they're similar to each other. I just wish there was lots of variety of missions. I wish they did something like fusing the gameplay of Max Payne and Hitman. I wish there was a way that I could build up or level up something. Like make use of the hotel. Just like in the movies. Like level up his room or something. Make use of the, arsenal of weapons. Customize it. Nothing. It's not present in the game, or something. Maybe they could add something like building up his reputation level, you know, then take up missions, assassination missions appropriate to his reputation. Those ideas are just staple trademarks of a John Wick movie, and I just don't get it why it's not present in the game. Still, John Wick Hex is a fun game and has a unique approach to a strategy game. I recommend you getting John Wick Hex when it goes on sale, because the $19.99 US dollars price tag is a bit too high considering you can get it less than half the price on other platforms. That's it for my review for John Wick Hex on Nintendo Switch. If you like the video, please click like, and if you're a non-subscriber, please hit the subscribe button down below. And again, thanks for watching. And now, let's get back to gaming.